DJ rock to this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day. You now rocking with the best. Since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got to go with today, y'all. I said we got to go with today, y'all. But before we get started, we have to have shot clock. We have to have shot clock. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, wherever you may be watching your man Captain Will right now, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. It is shot o'clock because it's Monday. We're going to talk some recruiting. It's Monday. Shot o'clock, y'all. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. 5'9". 5'9" guard from Columbia, South Carolina. Her name is Lauren Jacobs from Columbia, South Carolina. Decided to make a commitment over the past couple of days. She made a commitment on Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. You know, I was getting all, lathered up, getting ready for the big football game against LSU, which we should have won. The refs cheated. I say it. I believe it. We should have won that football game, I should say. And Lauren Jacobs decided to make a commitment at 10 o'clock a.m. on the social medias. Now, I fell off the train of the Lauren Jacobs bandwagon after I saw her with her official visit to Ole Miss. I saw the videos. I saw the happiness that was being displayed. You had 2 years of relationships that were built from Ole Miss with Coach. Wonderful coach. Can't say nothing but good things about Coach Yo. And hell, for the Ole Miss program as well. 2 years of relationship building. And if you've ever heard anything that Captain Will has ever said, relationships matter. It matters at work. It matters in your personal life. It matters wherever you go, especially in recruiting. Relationships matter. South Carolina offered Lauren last month. We can't make up that much time. Regardless if we're the three-time national champions, we can't make up that much time. That's just too much time to make up. So she committed. Point guard. Averaged 32.7 rebounds. 4 steals. 2 assists. Back-to-back high school state champions. Is bringing something special to Ole Miss. I wish her all the best in all her endeavors. I wish her the best career that she can have at Ole Miss. I have nothing but love for Lauren Jacobs choosing Ole Miss. Wonderful for her. And if she would have came to South Carolina, yes, she would fill the role with South Carolina in 2 years. She would have been a nice developmental player at the University of South Carolina. Those are the facts. There are several players that are ahead of Lauren Jacobs, and there's several players that are ahead for any point guard that chooses South Carolina. Number 1, you have to start with Raven Johnson. Number 2, you have a discussion about, if we talk about true point guards, we talk about Maddy McDaniel. Lauren Jacobs would be 3rd tier with that. Playing at Ole Miss will give her the opportunity for more minutes, more growth, and more development. I look forward to seeing her play for Ole Miss. Hell, we played Ole Miss this year. We play them, and shout out to them. Ole Miss will come see. Well, actually, we go to Ole Miss February, so we won't see Lauren Jacobs. You won't get that Columbia welcome. But I wish her well. I really do. I wish her well. Now, in regards to our offers in the class of 2023, we can take Lauren Jacobs out the mix. She's gone. She's gone. Another we have to take out the mix is Divine Burridge. She committed last week to LSU. We got Aaliyah Chavez. We got Jaida Seville. We got Tessa Johnson. We got a God Maker. We got Jayla Davis, Denaya Prawl, Kaylin Carroll. We have we have several players that are holding South Carolina Gamecock women's basketball offers. Now, there's offers and there's offers. There's offers with the possibility to actually have that player commit to South Carolina, and that's not many possibilities for the actual offers that we have. Aaliyah Chavez is not coming to Carolina. She's going to either Texas Tech, Texas, or LSU. That is the first offer. Number 2, Jaida Seville. Jaida Seville is a late offer. It's going to be very tough to get her. We were late to the party. We just, offered her, during the summer. She has relationships built with the several programs that has offered her 2 years ago. So we're late to the party now. I don't have the utmost of confidence in Jaida Seville becoming a Gamecock. I just don't. Tessa Johnson, I mentioned her before, one of the top players in this class. It's going to be a toss-up between Kentucky, where she's from, and LSU. I don't see her coming to South Carolina. That's 3 for 3 that I do not see. I'll say 2 out of 3. 2 and a possible. If we play in spades, I'll say 2 and a possible. Jaida Seville is a possible. It's not going to be, out of the realm of possibility, if you can say that. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough for us to get the services of Jaida Seville. Denaya Prawl, another top 15 recruit. She is not coming to South Carolina. It ain't happening. She's going to go to either Miami or she's going to Arizona. One of those two. It is not going to happen with that 6'1" wing that would be very helpful for South Carolina. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. A God Maker, who's ranked 6th in the country, still has a host of schools that she's looking at. There's no clear leader. With that being said, there's still a chance for South Carolina to get the number 6 overall 6'1" wing player home. There's a chance. A God Maker, come home to South Carolina. Kaylin Carroll. Kaylin Carroll was another wing type player. Probably, I would say forward type player. She's about 6'3". 6'3", great post moves and shoot the 3. She's an outstanding prospect. But we did not offer her until late as well. We did not. It's going to be tough to get her. It's not undoable, but it's very tough. Jayla Davis is from Kansas. She's going to either Kansas or Oklahoma. We only have 7 offers out there right now. That is it. That's it. 7 offers right now. And out of those 7 offers, we can possibly get a God Maker. We can possibly get Kaylin Carroll. And we can possibly get Jaida Seville. Those are the only ones I see. Now, with Lauren Jacobs coming off the board and choosing Ole Miss, and Divine Burridge coming off the board and choosing LSU, I expect a couple of players to get some late offers. But it's really hard to say who those players are, because a lot of those players have been had some official business, have announced their top 5, their top 6. It's middle of September. And this is commitment time. Over the next couple of months, you're talking about early, signing period. Recruits going to be announcing who they are going to. Recruits are announcing who they're going to right now. And with that being said, I've said this before. I don't want to be a record on repeat. I think that this is a time where Carolina will look to the transfer portal to make up numbers that we're not going to get in this recruiting class. It's some ebbs and flows. Sometimes you get great players, sometimes you don't. Last year, LSU got one top player in the top 100. This year, it's a possibility they might get 3 out of the top 20. South Carolina killed the game last year, I should say in class of 2024, class of 2023, 22, 21. This year, with so much depth on this basketball team, this might be a time to step back, fill a couple of holes from the transfer portal, and move on and look forward to the class of 2026. By the way, let's talk about the class of 2026. If we're going to talk about the class of 26, now there are a huge amount of numbers, huge amount of offers that has been given out by the South Carolina women's basketball team. But I'm only going to focus on 3. I'm only going to focus on 3 because those 3 players have cut their list down to 16. It may not sound like it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? But 16 is a nice round number when you are going into your junior year at high school. You are cutting down some schools that just ain't making the cut right now. This ain't making the cut right now. So 3 of those players that we're going to discuss right now, one of those which is Jaida Jackson. Jaida Jackson is a 6'1" wing from DC. She's currently ranked the 10th ranked player in the class of 2026. She's named her top 16. It's the plethora of names that you want to, the blue bloods, if you will, of women's college basketball. I like Jaida Jackson, JJ herself. One thing, she's from the same area, or how they say in the what's it called? Maryland, DC, Virginia. MDV, that's what it say, MDV. I should know that because I spent 7 years of my military life in that area. And they say area. That's what they say. And I still got a daughter who resides up there. So apparently she's good friends with Maddy McDaniel. Relationships matter. Heard what I said about that? Relationships matter. And this 6'1" wing from DC will fill a need for the South Carolina Gamecocks for this class of 2026. Because you're talking about, we fast forward a little bit. When Tessa Johnson is getting a little old in the tooth, I guess. When she's a junior, okay? When she's a junior, it's going to be a need for another player similar to her, Tessa Johnson. And Jaida Jackson is her. I really like her. I really love her game. Olivia Fukasa for Queens, New York, 6'4" forward. You call her forward, you call her center. What I know about her, she can ball. She is a post player who has crazy moves, who can rebound the basketball, who can block shots, who can do so many things with the basketball. Currently, she's ranked number 2 in the country in the class of 2026. She is an exceptional basketball player. Exceptional. And if there's anybody in the class of 2026 who is a cookie cutter for the University of South Carolina, it is Olivia. She is in the mode of a Aaliyah Boston. She's in the mode of an Adrian Wilson. She's in the mode of a Camila Cardoza. That is the type player. Adhel Tac. She is in that framework, that mode. And we need Olivia to join the South Carolina Gamecocks. That needs to happen. That needs to happen. And she's down to her top 16. There's another Olivia Edwards, who is a 6'3" forward from Washington. I ain't talking about Washington, D.C. I'm talking about West, the state of Washington. That's what we're talking about. She is 7th ranked in the country. We need both Olivias. Both of those players, If those two players commit to the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball program, class 2026, you're talking about the number 2 and number 7 ranked players in the country. In my humble opinion, those are the 2 best players in regards to the post players in that recruiting cycle. If we get those 2 players, we are set for the next 4 years to 2030. Damn, that sounds a lot. That sounds far off, right? 2030? And these years are passing by quick. And it especially passes by quick and get a little older. Get a little older, like, oh, 2030. Oh, I'd be what, 54? 53? Something like that. But Olivia and Olivia, the 2 Olivias need to commit to the University of South Carolina. Long way, long time to make those decisions, but this is the relationship building program. This is the relationship building process. This is where we get to know each other. This is where we do a deep dive on you and you do a deep dive on us. This is when you show up for unofficial visits. This is when you're at a game and it's a huge game, like a Texas game or a Kentucky game or a UConn game or LSU game, and we roll out the red carpet. We take you to the locker room. We show you what's up. You become one of us, and you and your family feel like you should be part of the three-time national champions. Jaida, the 2 Olivias, we're going to be talking a whole lot more about these young ladies. Let's talk some more about recruiting, but we're going to talk about it more on the national front.
If we're going to talk about recruiting, we have to do it from a national front. We have to talk about it holistically. We have to discuss national recruiting in women's basketball because it's happening every day. Like I said before, this is the time where you're going to see a whole lot of recruits committing somewhere. You're going to see a whole lot of recruits talking about they cutting it down to top 5, top 3. Well, there are also some home visits that's going on too. And for a recruit that a school has a player that has committed to them, you still got to continue to build those relationships and keep those relationships where it's supposed to be by doing in-home visits. Now, LSU recently did a in-home visit with Bella Hines. Bella Hines is currently ranked the 32nd ranked player in the country. She's from Minnesota. She is a point guard, and she is nice. She's a 5-star recruit, 5'9". And she's going to bring a dynamic, I believe, to LSU that they quite haven't had before or haven't had that in a long time. I'm talking about, she's a baller. She is a player who's going to be really good in the future, possibly next year, for sure in 2 years. Okay. And having a player like Bella Hines who committed sooner than Divine Burridge, and if they happen to get Zakia Johnson, they will have 3 guards who can play. 3 guards who are 5-star recruits. Okay. So they still doing things. They still fostering relationships, all the things you're supposed to do as a top level program. Oklahoma State recently made a commitment. They made a commitment from 4-star recruit who happens to be from Florida. This young lady, Lena Girardi, 6-foot guard who has a name that kind of sticks out. If you're familiar with baseball, if you're familiar with the Yankees, Joe Girardi is a absolute legend for the Yankees. But his daughter, Lena, can ball. She's going to make her name in our own path. And her committing to Oklahoma State is big for them. It's big for them. She's currently the 79th ranked recruit, 4-star recruit, and she's a big guard who can play both sides of the basketball. Finally, Destiny Jackson. Destiny Jackson resides in Illinois. Illinois were able to get their home state girl, who happens to be a 5-star recruit, currently ranked 24th in the country, 5'6" point guard, to commit to them. That is huge for the Big Ten. That is huge for Illinois. You always want your top level players to commit in state. You want to. You need that to happen. South Carolina has been killing the game with their top level recruits. Stan. We can talk about Asia. We can discuss Watkins. We can discuss Fulwiley. So many different players. I can go down the list. Joyce Edwards. So many different players who decided to stay in South Carolina. Now, Illinois actually has someone to do the same thing, and that is great for them and their program. Wonderful, wonderful. We'll talk some more about the Gamecocks tomorrow. We play Memphis in 29 days. We play Las Vegas in 49 days. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm overjoyed. It is going to be unbelievable for South Carolina Gamecocks really, really soon. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. It really helps the program, really helps things grow. You're now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
Oh, J-Rock, did this beat